Yes, people, it's GG at GG on wrestling on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please drop a like if you're enjoying the series. We are, of course, back with more wrestling treasures. We've had a lot of Undertaker submissions, so I thought it would be only right to give the man his own episode. I'm going to go through some of my items or my favorite Undertaker items that I have. And we're going to show you some very, very impressive Undertaker items that some viewers of the show have sent in. So stay tuned. Before we get into the show, as always, guys, just got to shout out figtees.co.uk. Make sure you hit up figtees.co.uk, which is the website. He's also on Twitter and Instagram under the same handle. Custom figure shirts, mad selection on there, very great service, good guy in general. And if you're watching this, you even get yourself a little discount for using the code GGPod. So make sure you hit up figtees.co.uk. I can't promote the guy enough. Just good stuff, man. The Undertaker, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, arguably the greatest wrestler of all time. We've had some debates recently in our wrestling group chat regarding that. Hot topic of debate. Definitely one thing we can agree on. One of, if not the greatest wrestling character of all time. Growing up in the 90s, Undertaker used to scare the absolute shit out of me. As soon as I heard that dong, I was under a duvet, crying my eyes out, but I love the man nonetheless. Some great memories growing up. As you can see, these are some of the figures of the Undertaker I have. But we'll go through a couple of my favorite items. But definitely, just before I get into mine, thank you for everyone that's been submitting items for the show. Some very, very impressive stuff, and we will get to them all eventually. Yeah, overwhelmed with the amount of cool stuff you guys have. I love wrestling memorabilia, wrestling merchandise. The stranger, the better. The more obscure, the better. So keep sending them to me at GG on Wrestling on Twitter, or hit me up on Instagram, and it will be featured on a future show. First thing I want to show you guys, without trying to knock all of these figures down that are in front of me, is a magazine. So I also collect wrestling magazines. I'm sure you will see a lot of more of these going forward. Just a great cover. Old School Undertaker. This is from July 1993. So this is just after WrestleMania 9. Not Undertaker related, but I love this bit here. It's a picture of Hogan and Bret Hart. Should these men battle to answer the question, who really won the belt at WrestleMania 9? Yes, Hogan. Yes, they should. Does it ever happen? Sadly, not. But, there we go. Yeah, I love these old school magazines. I used to constantly be begging my mum for one at the shop when I was younger. So I do have quite a wide selection of these. I just love the photos on them. Just flicking through like all the old school 90s stuff. It's just cool, man. So I love to have these. These are definitely a treasure of mine. Um, but yeah, there's some very cool Undertaker um, front covers, if you will. There's a great one I am after of him when he won the world title the second time, holding it up. That's a great cover, which I've got my eyes on eBay. But yeah, this is a scary, scary cover. Um, can't have it on the front of the display because I will run and cry and hide under a duvet. Just like a little boy, just like I used to back in the day. But yeah, this is the first item, just a WWF magazine, Undertaker, great condition as well. But yeah, I love these magazines, man. Okay, moving on to number two. Um, as you can see, these are. I basically I don't want every Undertaker figure. I just try and aim for kind of each version of him, if you will. This particular Undertaker, the grey version, has had a few different figures out. Same with the purple. Um, Out of these, this is my favorite. It's my favorite version of Taker. I know it was a very short-lived gimmick, if you will. A lot of people don't like the mask, but it made perfect sense. Mabel and Yokozuna were big, big, massive guys, and they broke the man's face, leg drop after leg drop. What do you expect? He's got to protect his face now. He's got to wear a mask. I know it's very Phantom of the Opera, but it was just a scary, scary look, man. That white mask. I just really, really like this figure. Or just this iteration of Taker in general. So I had to obviously have this figure for the collection. There's another great one that's come out recently, which is really, really cool as well. But yeah, I just needed obviously a version of him. This is obviously a very cool figure as well. The Ministry of Darkness one. This is the Defining Moments figure. I do have a few of that set. But yeah, that's a very solid figure. But what I really wanted to show you, this is how sad it gets when you're a figure collector. You know, Undertaker. Maybe aside from these, you know, the later stages, what does Undertaker need? You know, especially if he's an American badass, he's got to have a bike. He's got to have the whip. So I have, I think it's the most recent Taker from the Boneyard, which again I had to grab because Taker's last ever match, very special to us wrestling fans, especially a fan of Taker growing up. So yeah, I really enjoyed the Boneyard match. Comment down below what you felt about the Boneyard match. It is very decisive, but I liked the whole action style of it. I thought it was a great way for him to go out, really, you know, spotlighted him and what he's about. It was like a little mini Undertaker movie, and I just thought it was really cool. So I really enjoyed that, especially just making the most of that cinematic style. Would I've loved to see him and AJ in a proper ring? Yes, but I think the ending was very poetic, and I liked that. So yeah, this bike is from a Marvel Legends Punisher. If anyone's after a bike for Undertaker to be displayed on, I had to have, I had to. I know it might be sad, but I had to have Undertaker on the whip for the display. So yeah, Punisher bike from Marvel Legends fits him perfectly. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys that. If anyone needs that, keep your eyes peeled for the Punisher figure that comes with the bike. I luckily managed to just scoop the bike up on eBay by itself. I was on keeping my eyes on it for a long time. Finally got to scoop it up, but yeah, the Taker and the bike. Moving on to my last item. You will see that the items that people have submitted are a lot more impressive than what I have, but you know, I am very jealous, guys. This is another really solid figure. Had to grab this. I've kept it in the box just because of the box is great as well. So it is the Elite Undertaker, and this is the kind of 30-year anniversary edition, which the box art is so cool, man. So yeah, I had to kind of keep this in the box. I do have a few more of these scattered around, which I may give out in future in some giveaways. Hit me up if you're interested in possibly winning one of these, or if you are after one of these, please hit me up. Don't be shy. But yeah, great figure from kind of the later days. But yeah, just I love the box, all purpled out, Undertaker colorway. Uh, yeah, just a great figure to commemorate the 30 years of the legend himself, the Phenom, the Undertaker. So those are a few of my items. Now on to the cool part. So thanks again to everyone that's been submitting treasures of their own, wrestling treasures from their collection. I've looked through them all. I'm so impressed. I'm so jealous with some of the stuff that you guys have. We did have a few Undertaker submissions, as I said at the top of the video. So let's go through them now. First, shout out Simon on Twitter. You can see his information on there. Thank you very much. Undertaker's first ever WWF shirt signed with an 8x10, signed by both him and Paul Bearer. Like, what a crazy piece. So not only Taker signed it, Paul Bearer signed it as well. It's his first ever WWF shirt, which is a treasure within itself just to have in your collection. Yeah, I was mad impressed to see this. This is a great item. Thank you so much for submitting it, Simon. Very, very cool. Love the way you framed it up and everything. That must look very cool wherever you've chosen to put that up. If that was me, that would be up in my living room, and my missus would have to deal with it. She'll kill me if she sees this now. So I better make a few more of these before she gets home. The second one. This is from Glenn on Twitter. His information is on the screen there. My Undertaker frame from when I met him in November 2018. So there's some pictures with him and Taker. I believe that's a mini belt in the frame as well. But yeah, another very cool piece, man. Like, we're all obviously aware Undertaker's kept it very kayfabe throughout his career. So, you know, just to have him sign stuff is so cool. You know, he's really kind of, you know, been himself of recent years. But yeah, just very cool item, man. Very, very cool. As I said, anything signed by Taker is very sick, man. I'm very jealous. Next up, the legend that is Nick at Colossus Nick on Twitter. One of the Hasbro World Order. Great group of people, by the way. Just want to shout those out. Definitely just know their stuff. Constantly putting up stuff on a Figure Friday. If you're not following the HWO on Twitter, make sure you do if you're interested in figures, because yeah, some of the stuff they put up, I'm just in awe. Especially Nick himself. And I just want to shout out Nick because he's just knowledgeable. If there's anything, like if there's a signature I'm unsure about or things like that, he's always so willing to help. So big up yourself, Nick, man. I really appreciate you in the community. A few of my faves, first up, Undertaker. So Nick did contribute a few here. I'm just going to go through the Undertaker items today. So signed Hasbro, which, like, for me, if you've seen the Hasbro video, make sure if you haven't checked that out on the channel. I love the Hasbro series, near and dear to my heart. So a signed Undertaker Hasbro mint on card, that is very, very, very cool. You know, with the old school Undertaker artwork on the box, it's just a classic, iconic figure. All of the Hasbros are, so it's very cool to have one of those signed, man. He's also got the later series Undertaker. Do forgive me. I'm sure you can comment down below what series that red card is, which is very cool. I don't actually have that. That comes with the Undertaker jacket. So that again is just a very, very hard to come by piece, especially in the box. So that is mad impressive as well. A signed retro Undertaker figure. Still in two minds whether I want to gather some of the retros. Still kind of deliberating whether just to grab maybe a couple of favorites like the Rock, Stone Cold that wouldn't have had a Hasbro. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, if you're figure collectors. How do you feel about Hasbros and retros? Are you one side or the other? Do you complete both? Let me know. Very interested to hear that. And finally, a Rob Schamberger signed Undertaker poster, which, yeah, Rob Schamberger is a brilliant artist. And to have, you know, that signed by the man that the artwork is about is just crazy. So yeah, big ups yourself, Nick, man. You've got some crazy pieces there. And he's still not done. He's spoiling us, guys. Spoiling us with wrestling treasures today. He has submitted a custom Hasbro ring with the purple ropes, the purple WWF logo, and I've just noticed, I believe there's a silhouette of the Undertaker in the middle of that logo, which is absolutely crazy. Yeah, Hasbro ring. As I said, this whole line, the accessories, everything that comes with it, very iconic. If you're a wrestling fan, especially growing up in the 90s and late 80s. And the signed world heavyweight title, yeah, in purple as well. Like, that is a crazy piece. The Undertaker name badge on it as well, nameplate, sorry. Like, that is a very, very cool piece, man. Nick, you didn't have to do this to me. I am very jealous of you right now. You're killing me over here. You're stunting on me. You're flossing with your treasures. But keep them coming, man. I love to see him. Love to see all this stuff. Yeah, great pieces. Very, very impressed. Keep them coming, guys. Keep submitting them at GG on Wrestling, either on Instagram or Twitter. I love seeing these pieces, and I love sharing what I've got with you. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like, comment down below with your favorite wrestling treasures, your favorite iteration of the Undertaker as well. I'd love to know, your favorite Undertaker figure. Drop that down below. I will be reading all the comments, guys. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit up figtees.co.uk for all your custom figure shirts. Use code GGPOD, save yourself 20%. And that will do. Until the next Wrestling Treasures, I've been your host. It's GG at GG on Wrestling. And always, guys, respect yourself. Don't neglect yourself. Rest in peace.